This is an up-close look at the Energy and Focus chocolate bars made by Peak Chocolate. These were sent for me by the people at Peak Chocolate to give it a look and a try to see what they're like. Now, if they're pretty good, the only concern is that they do have caffeine in them. So depending on your sensitivity level to caffeine, you may be only limited to eating maybe a couple of these a day or a few of them a day, depending on what you're like with caffeine. So let's have a look at these. I've already opened them up. Now, the first thing I noticed with the energy ones when I opened the bag is they had a really strong smell of orange, which is from the orange and chocolate bar flavor that's in here, which I like the smell of myself, so that was pretty good. Let's get one bar out of each one and we'll have a look at the ingredients and see what they're like. So that's one orange, one sea salt one. So that's the two flavors that come in the energy sampler pack. And then we'll look at the focus one. We'll get out two separate ones from there. We have a dark chocolate one and we have a salted caramel one. So we'll start off with the energy ones first. Now, I did notice that on the packet that they come in, the sampler pack, they don't have any nutritional information, but luckily on the bars themselves, they have all the other nutritional information, all the information about the product, and some dietary information. So the energy ones, they do have a decent amount of protein. I think one of them has about 6 grams and one of them is about 6.5 grams of protein. Very low on sugars. Now this one here in the energy one also contains obviously the caffeine. We got guarana, taurine, and protein. So these sort of bars here will be more or less good for when you're doing a workout. Where these ones here, they might be best to have during the afternoon. Maybe you're working and you feel a bit tired. So you just need that little pep up and a bit of a kick. So what we'll do is we'll give each of these a try. Now, I'm not too bad with caffeine usually, but because they got a decent amount of caffeine, I'll only have maybe a couple blocks from each one, but we'll see how they break, how they open. So packet opens pretty good. And yeah, I'll give my personal review on what I think of the flavor. So they come like this, just in little blocks, which you can break off. So very easy to manage if you feel like managing eating these particular way. So this is a sea salt one. Don't, with this particular one, see any particular flakes of sea salt. So to some people, that's what they prefer, not seeing the chunks. But I'll give this one a taste. Got a nice texture to it. And there's a slight sea salt taste coming through, but it's not overly salty. Obviously not super sweet, but does have the sweetness. It does have some sweetness there. But otherwise, does taste pretty good if I'm going on a workout. A good alternative to a protein bar, which can be packed with a lot of rubbish. But check it out. That one doesn't seem too bad. If you do like the look of any of these, you can have a look in the description, where you'll see some links to these products where you can have a look and see if they're either good for you to purchase or just have a look at, see what the ingredients are and if they're right for you. So we're going to try another energy one. This one here is a dark, let's see, orange crunch. Again, only going to break off a couple cubes because it does have a decent amount of caffeine. That one broke fairly easily. No chunks inside of any oranges or anything like that, which some brands do, which I know a lot of people don't like that sort of texture of. So I'll see how it melts in my mouth first, just to make sure it all dissolves all right. Initially, there's no real orange hit, but then right at the end, there is a subtle orange flavor to it. So good thing that this is, personally to me, the orange isn't overpowering, which when you have a chocolate bar, I know you want it to taste like the flavor, but you still want to be able to taste that chocolate flavor. That one's another pretty good one. For me personally, out of the two, I do like the flavour of the orange. So that's the one I'd personally go for. Now it does say orange crunch. There are some crunchy bits to it. Could be a caramel, I'm not actually sure. Yeah, can't actually tell what that crunchy stuff is. Could be a caramel, but yeah, they're in these small little chunks, so they don't really have or add a bad texture to it. Now up to the focus ones. So these focus ones contain a bit less caffeine. Not super high in protein either, so I think if I remember looking on the back of one of these, it said protein was 1.6, so compared to these other ones which had about 6 and 6.5, this had 1.6, so not really for workouts, maybe just to get you through the day. Let's start off with a dark chocolate one. As you can see, very low in sugar. One's a bit more difficult to open, but hey, you still can get into the pack. Got the nice dark chocolate colour to it. Another couple blocks. Give it a try again. I'm a big fan of dark chocolate, and that one actually tastes really good. Because I like dark chocolate, I'd probably prefer that sort of flavour over the orange flavour in the other one. That's because I just prefer chocolate, tastes like chocolate, but hey, everyone's different. That one's pretty good. Now I'm going to be looking at the last one, which is salted caramel. Tad more sugar, but it's only, what is it? Actually, it's, this one's got 2 grams of sugar and this one's got 0.1, so this one might have some other stuff added to it. I'll just check it out to see if there's any sweeteners in the dark one. It does have a couple sweeteners in there. Maltitol, but you really can't actually taste it, so it's actually not too bad. Now, I did notice that it has also got green tea. I'll have to look at this one to see what it is, because it'll have the same sort of profile. Green tea, L-tyrosine, vitamin B12 and vitamin B6, so obviously that'd be things to help you stay focused and alert throughout the day. So far, I'm liking the dark chocolate out of what I've had so far. A bit less caffeine, so you can have a bit more of those, and very low in sugar. This one, as I said, a little bit more sugar in it, but that might not make too much difference if you're only having one a day. Depending on the macros and what you want to eat, it may make a difference, so that's something to consider. Now this one is salted caramel. It does have, I'll try and get this close, some caramel sort of chunks inside it. So this one does have bits throughout the chocolate. Already I can definitely taste there's a lot more sweetness in this one. Which, hey look, don't mind, still prefer the dark chocolate over it. And you do have those little crunchy caramel pieces which aren't overly big, so they don't really add too much texture, but they're definitely there and got some flavour to them. So if I was going to make a choice what I prefer out of the 4 of them, I personally like the dark chocolate. That's my go-to favourite one. And out of the other ones here, I did like the orange one, so they're my 2 recommended picks. I suggest maybe just giving one of the mixed packets a try, just to see what you think and how they all taste. Check them out on Amazon. And that's the video for today. Follow the links below in the description section if you want to check them out. Anyway, and thanks for watching.